platform where they're in control. Creators can bring their creativity on chain and make sure that they're the ones benefiting. Everyone everywhere gets the same access, no matter where you're born, no matter where you live. This is the future of the internet. This is on chain.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome once again to another Building on Base session. And on today's session, we're going to continue with recapping on the mini apps, and we're going to talk about the embed, and we're going to scaffold a quick mini app as well, which hopefully is going to be able to create embeds for us. So we're going to try and solve the issue around embeds with an actual mini app, right? And then maybe in future we can extend it to handle more of the manifest, but we'll see how that goes. So we're going to play around with it and take it from there. But before we get there, let's introduce our regulars. What's happening, Shabs? What's happening, Lloyd? How you guys doing?
Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing? I'm good. Yeah. Just ready to get on with this week, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey guys.
How are you doing?
Yeah, Shab. Thanks, Shabs. How are you doing, Lloyd?
I'm doing great, guys. Hope everyone's also having a great day and week.
Yeah, what do you guys get up to? Tell us about the new Claude bot. What can we do with it?
That thing is insane.
Everything.
Insane. I've just been reading about it and going through videos around it.
Yeah.
It's basically Claude Cowork, open sourced, and like and they literally, this guy went wild when he was creating it. He gave it so many tools and so many options and so many different models for you to be able to link it to. And just the ability to know that you can literally use Claude Cowork for literally, it's not free because you have to pay for the APIs, right? But
yeah,
is far less than what Anthropic would charge you to go for a traditional model, which you could actually reach those sort of numbers, actually, when I think about it. So if you're using Claude Opus inside your Claude bot, that means your API cost will be exactly the same. So it depends on which model you decide to use in order for you to actually run this. But the options to be able to choose a completely different model, a cheaper model, makes it worth it. So yeah, I just finished setting up mine. So yeah, after this, I'm going to play around with it and see what happens. Tomorrow, I'll give you a new app.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing tool because it actually gives development capabilities and tools to like the everyday user. So I think this plugged in with like some of the tools that Base has from like, base.org can really create like some very interesting things, even just adding them to some of like the apps or mini apps that already exist would be fun to see. Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, bro.
And I also
I think you guys need to give me pointers on how to use this thing and what can it be used for, more importantly.
Yeah. I mean, other people buying Macs, Mac mini Macs to just run this, but you can also use like servers. So you like a virtual
Yeah.
private server. So you don't really need to buy a Mac.
So
You know.
I've set up mine on a cloud server. There's a few tutorials on how to use the AWS cloud server to set it up, right?
Yeah.
But if you go crazy on that as well, remember that's an additional cost, because this thing can just run by itself, right? So you could expect to actually get charged an additional $20, you know, because you went crazy, you know, but which is not
Yeah.
bad for the returns of what this actual bot is able to do. So you could do that. And I pulled up my old computer as well. I'm starting virtually in the cloud, and then I'm cleaning out my old computer, and I'm going to set that up and just give it a shell and set it free and just see what I'll come up with. I'm like, you're going to get a home, man. You're going to get a
I think
it allows you to build apps. So this Claude Code. So which one is it? Because I saw there's a token that was launched called Claude Bot. But that's Claude with a W. So CLAWD.
yeah, it's Claude with a W.
That's the
So
one.
Claude
Yeah.
Bot something, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the actual I don't know, AI agent is called Claude Bot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the case?
Yeah, so the AI agent is called Claude Bot. So CLAWD BOT.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the open source AI agent that everybody's going crazy on Twitter about.
Okay.
Right? Which is an open source, let's say, autonomous agent, right? It's an open source autonomous agent.
Okay.
And that's what everybody's going crazy about. So, yeah, things just changed overnight, man. Things literally changed. Vibe coding changed overnight. Like,
So
no,
this
it's
thing is
like,
gonna give everybody competition, right? Because it can build apps on its own.
absolutely.
So
Yeah, and
it means anybody building apps right now is literally been made redundant, including ourselves, if we're not using it, right?
Yeah, if you're
To a
not
certain
using
extent.
it, if you're not
Mhm.
using it, look, the person that has, so there's two, maybe there's a couple of elements to it. There's access to tokens or credit or money, finance, right? Because if you're going to let this thing go on and on in a loop, creating apps, it's going to cost you something. So there's that aspect to consider, right? The other aspect to consider is, do you have the space or container for you to put it? So virtually, you could set it up into a cloud environment, or you could take an old laptop. That's also an option, right? But then the other side is, so now you've got Jarvis to build something for you. What do you build? Right? And what system, what's underlying system will Jarvis create for you? Because you got to be able to think at that level to give it the right sort of things to be able to build. Because if you don't, it's just going to build nice screenshots, because when now you told it to just build random things. So like, yeah, it's nice, but you also got to take some consideration into the person guiding that bot. So yeah, but definitely exciting time.
And I think also the fact that you can kind of use it from like your phone, whether it's WhatsApp or like Telegram, like normal bots. If you actually sync it up properly, you know, whether it's on the cloud and you sync it with like a few other things like an IDE, then you're able to just go to your WhatsApp and talk to this bot and say, or create for me an app the same way you type in your IDE, but the only difference is it will do everything. And I was having a conversation with Shabs to say, imagine it takes a screenshot, which you can easily do with a few lines of code, right? It takes a screenshot of what it's done and sends it to you on WhatsApp, which it can already do, right? And it shows you whether your website, like how your website looks like, and all you have to do is say, I don't like this, and make 4 more, right? And also, when it comes to just cutting costs, the fact that you can use a lot of other models, I feel would be a good way to try to play with it in the beginning, right? So get like a $2 and then pick like the model Shabs you were talking about, like the way Kimi is, or like something that's more open source, so it's not really costly, and then just play around with it and see how good it is for your work. And if it's worth it, then you can improve the models. But that's how you can start out with like something small. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So CloudBot, you said there's a GitHub repo, but anyone wants to use it can actually check out I think it's the Twitter profile. I hope they haven't blocked the Twitter profile for that thing, because I was trying to access it. Maybe I used the wrong thinking earlier, but if there is a link or a website, maybe you can share during the call or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll share the link within our chat here, and then we'll put it up once we finish. Also, there's quite a few sort of AI influencers talking about it. So I followed Matt Wolf. I followed his like breakdown of it and how to set it up. Wes as well spoke about it, I think yesterday, so I followed him as well. So it's just a combination of different AI like influencers that will talk about it. Just follow all of them and just try and see the nuances when it comes to the setup, because sometimes the setup isn't straightforward. Right, somebody might miss a step, and then you have to go back and rewatch and find out. But I think between 3 of them, I was able to figure out what was going on. It seems pretty simple, but just pay attention so that you don't get caught up in like a loop of trying to figure out how exactly to set it up. Yeah, okay. But definitely worth it. Right. Be worth it.
Yeah. Okay, great stuff. Thanks for sharing, guys. So that's CloudBot. Maybe towards the end of the call, if you're able to share a screen, Shabs, we could just quickly have a quick preview or load on your end. But for now, let's get back to the building mini apps, right? So in the last couple of calls, we've been dealing with building a mini app, and we've been taking it from an existing app where you quickly build it on Lovable. And one of the biggest challenges has been the manifest, right? So we went at length. I think it took us like 3 hours over 2 calls. They were about 1.5 hours each to actually get the manifest done. That's how much work you require for a manifest, right? But we got it done right, and we fixed the embed. So the embed are the images that you normally would use, right? For your splash screen, for like your background images, or what comes up in the app store. So those are all like your branding images, right? So I think what did I use to create those images? I used Gemini Pro, but within Claude. It didn't really make beautiful images, but we're able to do the basics, right? So now let's talk about so now we want to solve 2 things, right? So number one, we want to show people how to scaffold a mini app the old way, the standard way, creating a mini app using the base.org documentation. And then the kind of mini app we'll build will be one that actually fixes, creates the embed images for you. Okay, so maybe we can plug in Google, Gemini. We'll get a Gemini key, API key, and then we can just quickly, use that to make a quick mini app that allows you to create those embed images, right? So I'm not sure if it's going to work, but part of it will be teaching everybody how to, or reminding and recapping to everyone how to quickly scaffold a quick mini app, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So Lloyd,
Yep.
I'm gonna share my screen and then we're gonna just sort of guys talk through it.
No
Um,
worries.
I know my kind of way of building mini apps nowadays, right? I kind of remix everything now, right? So I start maybe with Lovable, and then I go to, depending on what features I'm looking for, right? So I'll build something on Lovable, and then I'll build something on, um, let's say, okay, so I'll start with Lovable, and then I'll import it to my VS Code. And then if I need something else, I will probably go and build it in Gemini Studio, and then I import that. Right? So I tell my VS Code, my my Claude Sonnet 4.5 to import certain elements from another app, right? Which I would have built maybe in Gemini. So now I remix. So I've got an app built in Lovable, and then I've built another version of the app or some other things that I want in in Gemini AI Studio, sorry. And then I just import and then I'm remixing those apps and mixing certain elements or two apps together to make one. So I find for me that works because it makes it quicker to get a nice UI, nice functionality, especially if I want AI features within an app, then I want Web3 features, or I want a certain look like in the UI. So I kind of remix all those things together, right? So today we're gonna
Yeah.
sort of like maybe probably do a bit of remixing, right? But yeah, so to get started, let's go from the top, right? So we're gonna scaffold a quick mini app, which we wanted to, okay, let me go to base.org from scratch, right? So we want this mini app to be able to fix our embeds, to design nice, beautiful embeds, right? So we're gonna figure out along the way which API key is gonna fix it properly. Okay, so you go to base.org, then it's base build, and then it's mini apps. Okay, and then so there's an old way of copying this and going to paste it in your VS Code. And then there is the other option of going to create mini app and you kind of like just follow the, the process from here. So you deploy to Vessel from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And this is sort of like a step-by-step guide. So I think this process is easier for everybody. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's easier for everyone because all you have to do is, because most people a long time ago, when we would build directly from the IDE, then we had to start entering code for deploying to Vercel and all that. So with this, it enables you to just kind of have your Vercel set up for you in an easier fashion, so that if you don't have Vercel, you can easily sign up from like the next page. It also enables you to just set up your GitHub if you don't have one, because it's always important to store copies of your working code. Because when you're using the AI, it does make mistakes, and sometimes it's a bit harder to fix them. So that's the reason why we store your code on Vercel, on GitHub, so that even if you lose like your computer, you still get to store your code on something that you can always retrieve.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to click deploy to Vercel, which is step number 1. And okay, so it's telling us it's going to copy it to my GitHub, right?
Yes.
All right. So here we are. Do I change the name now, right?
Yeah, you can change the name now, and then you see you have a closed lock on the right, so you can keep it open so that if you are deploying if you're trying to clone, you can easily just download it. Yeah, it won't really
so
give
that
you a
makes it
lot
public.
of issues.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it makes
that
it public.
makes it private and makes it public. Okay, fine. And then obviously this is my GitHub, but you can select which GitHub account if you've got multiple ones. And
Yeah.
then let's click create.
Vercel.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Vercel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your Vercel profile over there. Okay. So what it's doing is actually it's copying the actual templates to Vercel, right?
Yeah.
So if you've got the next public project name,
You
we
can
don't
name it.
have those values, right?
You can so in the top part you had the ability to change the project name. So if
Oh,
you
yeah, I
scroll a bit
did.
up, you did. Yeah. So you can just give it the same name.
Yeah. Same name,
in
right?
the
So I
project,
called it embed app. Do I call it embed app? Okay,
App,
I
yeah,
think
we
I
can
yeah.
did.
go
App.
embed app.
Okay.
Embed app.
And deploy.
Yeah.
So this
So
is
this
doing
is
two
going to
things, right?
clone it
It's
and then
yeah,
deploy it as well.
and
Yeah.
deploy it to Vercel at the same time. Okay. So it's gonna be now available in my GitHub as a repo, and then in my Vercel as a deployed app, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So yeah, so I'm hoping what we can achieve is make a little mini app that allows people to do their embeds. Okay. To
Yeah.
quickly talk about what kind of features that they want, or their look, their style, and then maybe have something like a it will be Gemini 3.0. So we'll use an API key, and hopefully it will use Nano Banana or something to be able to create the images.
Oh
So I'm not
yeah, that
sure if
would
that's
be
going
nice.
to work.
Can
So I'm not
easily.
sure if that's going to work pretty well with the API key, or if we actually need like a Nano Banana API key. But I think Gemini 3.0 should fix it, right?
Yeah, Gemini should be able to do it. And yeah, we'll manage.
Okay. So while we're doing this, right, I want to quickly go to, okay, wait, let's wait for it, because I want to get an API key from Gemini Studio, but we'll get there. All right, so what do we have here? So now is copied this template, right, to my GitHub and deployed it to Vercel. So we continue to dashboard, it's taking us to Vercel. So you can see it's created a link for my app here, embed app 10.vercel.app. So it's deployed the app here. And then this app should be on my GitHub, right? So let me go to my GitHub. Let me go to my, okay, so I'm in the wrong repo. Let me see. Okay, where am I? Am I in the right GitHub? Oh, I'm the wrong one. Okay. So, okay, so this is GitHub 2.Satoshi / it was called embed app, right?
Just check your repositories there.
Yeah, I found it. This is it, yeah. Okay. Right. So now we need to copy it to our local, right? So I'm gonna go there, copy that, Git, and go to my VS Code. Open a new window. I'm gonna close the previous project I was working on. Okay, so let me create already a folder for it. So I'll create a new folder to save it, and I'm gonna call it embed app, right? Okay, that's fine. All right, so we're gonna now clone that repository. Select the folder, embed app. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna do its thing, and we should. Okay. So this is like the old way. I haven't built an app using this format like in so long, right? Because now, there's all these shortcuts now. Okay. So
But
here we go.
but
So
this
we've
was
got this
pretty
app. So
easy.
now, yeah. So now we need to open our terminal, new terminal, or you can just you can just run it there. But literally we need to now run build, right? Or do we
Yeah,
start? Oh, it's npm install
npm
initially. Let me
run
see.
dev.
npm install.
Install. Okay, let's go over
Yeah,
to the documents and see actually what it's saying, right? Because I might be
yeah,
getting ahead of myself.
npm
Clone your
install.
repository. We've done this. Oh, it wants us to update the manifest. Ah, okay, okay. So we're already getting ahead. Okay, so we clone the repository, right? So step 3 is update the manifest. So it wants us to
You have to
okay.
before that we have to do step number 2 first, which is the
Have we
yeah
not
is
done this?
yeah.
Oh,
So
we've
we've
already
already
done this
cloned
part, right?
our repo. Have we also installed
Uh-huh.
the dependencies?
Mm. Oh,
If we,
yeah, I see. In this
yeah.
documentation, right? Okay, so we've done git clone,
So
cd.
we have
Okay, so
this is
now we
just
need
moving to
npm
the
install.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is sitting somewhere where if you don't really read the documentation, you'll miss it. Okay, okay, I see. So okay, so I'm just gonna run it here. Shouldn't we do npm install latest?
No,
Because
no,
I've
no, no, no.
noticed that there's an issue with npm. It doesn't require
Oh,
the at latest. Okay, let's
there's
see
the
what it
latest
needs.
one. No, let's see what it's going to do, and
Yeah.
then yeah.
I think I ran npm install earlier today and it was kind of giving errors and I had to update the whole thing. So it installed the latest. But let's see and maybe from a fresh install because I was building an app on Lovable, so I'd imported it. So that could be where the issue was. So Lovable could have used a newer version, or an app that
Yeah, that's
required a newer
possible.
version or the latest version.
That's
Okay,
possible.
so this one should be fine. Okay. So while we're running npm install, let's have a look at. Okay, I'm in the wrong place now. Let's have a look at what step 3 will be. So in this one, step 3 is you update the manifest. Okay. All right, so I'm going to copy this. In the meantime,
So the template that we've downloaded should have the minikit.config.ts inside, if I'm not mistaken.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
let's
just
have a
have
look.
to update. So let's see.
Okay, it's already
There
got
you
like the
go.
manifest and all that. Oh, it's
So we
just
just
got
need to add the remaining part.
okay, we're looking for minikit.
Yeah.
Where would
So it's still installing.
minikit.config would be? Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. This
All
is
right.
not the. This is not the one. It's still installing.
Oh, that's
So we just have to
ESLint.
wait
Okay.
to finish. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So once it's done, then we can continue. But for now, we can copy the step number 3 and then just paste it in here. And so that once this is done, we can go to the next step, and then we can, we can also copy the code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Crazy
so we
how
can go to the
when you learn
bottom.
to do things a bit. Sorry.
Sorry? No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's crazy how when you learn to do things quicker, to do the shortcuts, doing the old way, you like literally have to relearn it and try and remember how it works to do it this way. This is actually the long way to build an app if you think about it, right? It's actually better now to build it somewhere else, like in Lovable or in Google AI Studio, and then import it, using the migrate to existing app. I think that's quicker. Yeah.
But you can still
Then,
work
I
around
think,
that, Google.
yeah,
Like
I
if
think,
you've set this up, so you're not going to have any issues with your Vercel and linking up your GitHub, which is good. And then you can still do that process where you take on Lovable to do the design, and then you download that and create like an add-on file within your embed app, and then use that to actually improve your application per se. So there's ways around it. Yeah.
yeah,
I
there
think
is, and
yeah.
I think
and like
it's
that's how I still actually build my apps. So I still build them directly inside the IDE itself. Like I just do
Okay.
everything right from the IDE. But
yeah.
I think if you want a very quick build, like something to kind of see and look at, then you can definitely use Lovable. Only because I feel like somebody who's still starting out will definitely have bugs when it comes to Vite and trying to deploy it to
Yeah.
Vercel. That's like a very common
So me
thing.
with
So
with Lovable now, once I build it in Lovable and then I import it to VS Code, the first thing I tell VS Code is to change the app from a Vite
the
app
package.
to a Next.js app.
Next.js,
And
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
change, I tell it, don't change the underlying features and functionalities, just change, uh the app to
The stack. Yeah.
Next.js. And then, yeah, it just takes, like a few minutes and then it's done. Then from then on, it's a bit of a breeze. I guess I like to build visually. I find it nicer for me. I'm a visual person, so I want to be able to see the UI and then to be able to make those changes as I go along and test them along the way. So I've found that for me that's what works. But then,
How much is
different folks, different strokes.
the fee for Lovable?
It should
I
be
use
about
the free model.
$20.
Yeah, I
Sorry?
don't pay for Lovables, so
It should be
I use the free one.
Oh,
$20. I don't know if it's changed. I haven't used it in a while.
okay. So when you
Yeah.
build from Lovable, I mean, sometimes I would do something similar, like maybe build on Lovable to just kind of get like a shell, and then bring it to like the IDE, and then start making changes from there. Or do you just build everything from Lovable, and then when you take it to the IDE, you just deploy it? Because I know Lovable has got a few, is it tries? Like it's got a usage cap if you're using the free
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got like,
I
so
just
I'm
build the
looking at
UI.
the free version. So you got a free version where you got 5 daily credits, and then it goes up to $25. So the trick is you use up your daily usage and then
Yeah.
you move over, right? But as long as, and I think Google's right, as long as somebody has the starting base, right? If your foundation is good, then visually it's a lot easier for you to even think from a system perspective what it is that you can go ahead and build. But if you don't even have the UI concept, that's a little bit harder. I think that's for somebody who is a lot more advanced.
Yeah.
All right. So step 2 is finished. So now we're going to step 3. So we copy that and we copy the code, right? We've pasted in here. So it's done the npm install. And now we'll paste that in and then just run that. And let's see. I'm almost done with my freemium.
You're gonna need to cancel again.
Yeah, I'll be setting up another one.
school
The
fees.
supply chain of email addresses to get freebies.
How many different SIMs have you got now?
Actually, you know what? I set up a lot of email addresses way back before you needed a SIM card, right?
Okay.
But now I see Google has put a limit now. They try and force an SMS, and then the SMS checks
Yeah.
what number you're sending to. So I actually need to go and buy more SIM cards and set up more Gmail addresses and be able to create all these online accounts. Another hack, guys, is if you're a student, you get a lot of free tiers for a lot of stuff, right? So whether it's
Yeah.
Google clouds, there's so many things that you get. So if you use your student, it just takes a bit of a while, right, to sign up. Sometimes it could take like a few days or a week or whatever for you to sign up for the free student access. I'm not quite sure if it's faster than that, but you could do that. Otherwise, buy a couple of SIM cards, set up a couple of Gmail addresses, and then subscribe to free tiers of a lot of these solutions. Okay, so so this step is done. What's next? Let's have a look. Okay, so we've done
The
step
mini, yeah.
three.
So step
So
three
we
is the
create the
next
account
one.
association too. Okay. So
Oh.
now we have a public domain. So we need to go to the base build or base.build. What is it?
Okay, so
Base.dev.
basically when you reach this point, what's going to happen is if you continue going through the whole process, then the app just assumes that the template is what you actually want to use as the final product. So in this case, if we continue, then we're going to go through the entire process that we did the last time in our previous session, which is setting up our manifest and everything, but we'll still have the same template. So maybe for someone who's building, this can be the best time to change your app to make it suitable for like what you necessarily want to build.
So in essence, now you can go into the build and just build whatever you
change
want,
it.
and then we'll come back to the step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but for
you can also go through the whole process, and then once you have your app already set up, then you can edit it at the end. That also works out. Yeah.
Okay, so
in the end,
for the sake of those who are not here, we want to get that URL, right, for the app I deployed, right? And that was, what did we call it? We called it embed app @vercel.app, right? Okay, so this is the template that it gave us. That's the URL. But if you don't know where to find this, you'll find it in your Vercel because it should have been deployed in your Vercel. But I think if you also go to your GitHub, you'll be able to see this,
link,
this link over here. Okay. So this is the template. This is what your app would initially look like from step one, right? So now you need to take that URL and go to your embed tool. So embed tool is base.dev, right? And then once you're in base.dev, you need to register another app, so a new app, if you already have other apps. Otherwise, you register an app and you copy that over there. Hang a second. .vercel.app. Okay, I didn't copy the whole thing.
Okay.
What happened there? Why is it not allowing me? Do I put the whole name here, or do I just put?
No, just the app name.
Yeah,
you can just say embedded app. That's all.
Okay, embed app.
Embedded app. Yeah. So
register. Oh, it's just the app name, not the car. I'm thinking it's a URL. Okay, so it's just the app name. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, so verify and add URL. Oh, right. Now I
Yeah.
see. Then I
So you
copy
remember
that. Mhm.
what we did, yeah, the
So
HTML, yeah.
so I copy this, yeah?
Yeah, then we have to first paste it in the IDE
Okay.
and then deploy it to Vercel, and then we verify and add so that you can check if our app actually has that line of code, and it can
Mm,
check the deployed version. Yeah, so we can paste it in here and
mhm.
we can deploy it.
Okay. Okay, so it's pasted that. So now we need to deploy to Vercel, right? So
Yeah.
this is
So if you
what?
deploy to your GitHub as well, because that's synced, it will also
Yeah.
update your Vercel. Yeah.
Okay, so let me just get the GitHub. I think, yeah, it's better to push it to GitHub, right? What was my GitHub for this app? It was, um, okay, so this was embed app. Ah, okay, so copy this. Then I push it to GitHub.
Yeah.
Yeah, GitHub or Vercel.
Yeah. But keep pushing it to GitHub because already linked will automatically deploy it in Vercel, right?
Yeah.
Mm. But we'll check that in a bit. So once it's done, we'll quickly check. In fact, I can actually check on Vercel if, okay, so then it's gonna, that's for my profile. So, okay, so it's pushed to GitHub. Would you like me to help you update the remote URL with one of these methods? What is it
Oh,
asking?
it's refused to. You can deploy it directly to Vercel then, so that it doesn't take
Mm,
up your time. Because I see it's saying unable to access. Did you make it open source? I mean, was it
I think
public
it's
or?
public.
It was
Oh,
public. Yeah. We
Um,
did.
it was.
I think
We
it's
did
public. Let
normal.
me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's public.
It's public.
Yeah, so we can
Okay,
copy the.
so that's
the
fine. Here is okay. So it did deploy it. Well, I mean, let me just check something. Let me check this out. Mm, okay, embed app. Okay, so it did deploy 22 minutes ago. So now let me I just want to copy the link. So okay, so let me see. So I'm gonna Vercel Pro. Okay, and then I think ideally I'm supposed to install Vercel, right? Vercel space dash G, right? But I think it will do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so embed app, yes. Yes. Link to an existing project, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're busy accepting those in your terminal, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
sometimes
So
people,
for anyone who didn't see,
because somebody might be following online and they don't see what you're saying yes to, but you're actually responding
yeah.
to your terminal. There's instructions coming up
Mm,
there.
okay. Okay. So let's check on the cell, right? Okay, so we can see it's still building it, yeah. Okay, how are we doing for time? 1:45. Okay, so I think after this process, we should just then get straight into turning this thing into a. Okay, so we're done there. All right, right. So we go back to this part. So we verify and add, right? Okay, continue to dashboard. Okay, so we've added our app. So we've done the account association. Where is that? Okay, so it's over here. So we've done step 4, but the first part, right? Okay, so now we need to update Minikit. So I don't think we'll do step 4, 5, 6, etc. right now, right? Should we do that? Or because I wanted us to actually build out, I want to solve the embed issue, right? So while we're trying to show you guys how to build a mini app, but ideally, okay, let's do this. So we'll just copy this to step 5. Let me see.
Google, I think that the other steps, because they do get a little intricate, it's worth our time just going through them again, maybe in another session. So maybe this session we can concentrate on just finishing your mini app, and then next session we, revisit these steps again. I don't know what you think.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's finish step 5, which is updating the mini app config. So this is just dealing with finishing the account association part, right? Right. Let's just finish this and then show people the hack of how to sort out and build the beautiful embeds. Okay. So we're trying to do 2 things at the same time. So first thing is to show you guys to recap on how to build a mini app from scratch, right? Which is what we're doing now. Second thing would be then, but the mini app that we've chosen is, the idea is to build a mini app that fixes your embed, right? Okay. So let me see, is there a public folder here? Okay. So your embeds would be in this public folder. So you can go to your files, and then you say reveal your public folder and reveal in Explorer. So what we're looking for is to make these items here, these images, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the screenshot. Okay, so let me do this. I'm gonna copy these. Then I'm gonna upload. I want their sizes, right? So, okay, let me just use this one, this guy over here. Okay, I'll just copy them and see if that's gonna work. I want their sizes. So these are like all the images for your embeds. They sit in your public folder, and there's about how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 PNG images that you need to manually do. So this, when you build a new app, it comes standard. This is a template of the sizes, right? So they don't have any images. So you have to create those images separately, right? So first things first is you need to get their sizes. So I'm going to get their sizes in Copilot. So I'll paste them here, and then I'll say, get me the sizes of these images. Okay. Then let's see if it's going to manage. No, he's struggling. Okay.
Struggling.
It's struggling. Okay, so we're gonna skip this guy. I'm gonna do it in my. Let's try Claude. Okay, so get me the sizes of all embed images.
Why don't you paste them here as well, Google? Paste them here and
Yeah,
then ask that same question, because I think it will be able to pick it up a lot easily.
yeah, just pasted. So let's see. Okay, so here's our sizes. Okay. 2, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then there's those
then
three.
the ones on top. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so it's just okay.
So yeah, it did get it. It seems like it added one more.
Let me just extract actual sizes only. Oh, I should have said dimensions, not sizes, right? Okay, extract dimensions only. No file name, no file size. The reason I want these sizes is so we can like literally build an app around this, right? But we're going to take a shortcut. Let me see. Okay, so these are the sizes. This is what I was looking for. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take a quick shortcut to try and get that aspect of the app done. So I think we're going to do AI Studio very quickly to try and get ahead with time. The reason why I want to do AI Studio because I can get the API key already. And I think it can give me Nano Banana, right? So I want to say, I want to make an app that allows users to enter a description of their desired images, and you creatively generate the images in the file sizes. Okay. What else am I missing here? So I want to make an app that allows users to to enter a description of their desired images, designs, and
so if we look at base, we call those embeds, right? But is there another name for those somewhere else?
I don't
because
know.
if we
Actually,
just say embed, would Nano Banana know what those are? Or is there another name from a design perspective that they use?
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I mean, if we gave it a link to the actual docs, it would know. But since the images have a size, right? That's all we want.
Yeah.
We want this thing to be able to create, just a basic app that uses something like Nano Banana, right? And then we're gonna copy this, and then we're gonna import it into the other side. So we're gonna like remix them, and hopefully we have both solutions. We could have started with this, right? But we wanted to show people how to build a mini app from scratch. So, so we're doing two. So we've got the template, that side, which is just the mini app template. And then now we're going to create an app which uses something like Nano Banana or Gemini 3 Pro. And then we'll import that into our shell, our scaffolded app. And then hopefully it will be able to make it into one app very quickly. Okay. So the whole idea of this is you should be able to, so you should be able to enter a prompt, one prompt to say, make me a whatever that looks like this, and it creates all those PNGs at once. Okay, so here's an example. So I could say make me images for an app that allows users to create beautiful beach pictures, beach scenery. Okay. Okay, let's see.
And so your final output, do you just want a picture, a downloadable picture? Do you want a JSON file which somebody can use within their own IDE? Or
I want PNG images. So
just
those
PNG?
are the embed files are PNG images. So I've told this AI Studio to create that, to create PNG images in those specific sizes, right? So with one prompt, you should be able to create all the embed images for the base app. Okay. So I hope I hope people are following what we're trying to do here. So we're trying to create a mini app that allows you to create the embed images. There's like 6 or so images that you need for your embed. This is like your app's branding or the images, like your splash screen and all that when you access your app in the base app store, right? So you need those images to be able to make your app discoverable, etc. So now creating those images is always a struggle, right? You always either have to do it manually or get somebody who knows or find a tool, like one of these AI tools to do it. But there isn't a tool that does that for you at once, where you can enter a prompt and then it creates all 6 embed images to the specific size. So now we're trying to build that app while we show you guys how to build a mini app at the same time, right? So, okay, so now it's created this. Okay. All right. So this should suffice, right?
Yeah.
So I've asked it to create images. So this could be my embed images. So technically I'll be able to download these as PNG images. Let's have a look. Okay, so I can download them. Okay. So AI Studio has been able to create this app for us, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's have a look at those images. Okay, so it created this image. So the file size is correct. Okay, so I needed to be specific. I should have told it this create a logo, but I just told it create images, but I could say create a logo. Okay. All right, so now I've created this. So now I want to save this to my GitHub, right? Let me make it public. On main. Oh, I need to choose a repo name. So this would be like embed. This would be like embed AI. Okay. So I'll call it embed AI. Okay. So yeah, so now I'm going to take this
Google
app.
where you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Where you are now. So the process you're trying to do. So you're trying to take it into GitHub and then link it from your one GitHub repo into the existing app. Yeah.
Yeah, then import it into that app. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
So now I've put it on my
other way. I download that file onto my local computer and I embed. Sorry for like confusing people, but I integrate that file within my existing folder and just say to my IDE and just say, use this new folder that I've just downloaded and put it into your existing file to improve or enhance our application. And basically just takes that code and puts it in.
So now I'll tell my Claude here to say import. Okay. So Lloyd, what's the right thing? We'll say change this template, right?
Yeah, you can just say change this template and into the app that you want.
The app. on this GitHub repo, and then say keep all base blockchain features, etc. The app might be a vid app, but convert it. Okay. Convert it to Next.js per existing template. Okay. Okay, let's see. So now I'm importing another app into this app. And while I'm doing that, I need to get my Gemini API key, right? So I click on that key, right? And then it says what? Oh, okay, wait. I need to allow this. Okay, so I need to get a Gemini API key. Okay. Choose a key. No. Okay, create new key. No. I need to go to back to start.
Get API key.
Okay, bottom left, get an API key.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to use
then
something.
Create API key, top right. And then what are we going to name it? We're going to name it embed app. Okay, create API key. Hang on a second. Why did I see something that said base phone?
Yeah,
did I do the right
there
thing?
it is.
No, I made a mistake. Let me create another one. I made a mistake. Okay, Gemini API key. Yes. Your key name?
So
okay, embed
app, yeah.
And then what is this?
So you're linking it to your base phone project. So
I'm supposed to create a project, right?
Yeah, you can create a new project.
So
if you don't
embed app. Okay, all right. So I made a mistake. I was linking to another project I already had.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to create a new project. Okay. Okay, so then I create key. Okay, so here's my embed app. Let me copy the key, copy API key. And okay, so while that is running, I need to go and look for my .env.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got example.env. I need to tell it to create.
You can tell it to create, yeah.
Yeah, so I need to tell it to create a .env file. Should I create .env local, .env.local, or just .env?
Just .env is fine, and just make sure when deploying, you tell the AI not to, use your
Quick ignore. Okay. Okay, so all right, so we'll copy the .env file. So yeah, guys, we need to create a .env where we're gonna keep all our API keys and all that stuff, right? So once it's done, so it's still importing that Gemini app, and yeah, she's installing Google Gen AI. So at least we know it's installing the whole Google image generation function. And then I'll add the API key so that Google image generation function can work. And then we should technically have a base mini app that allows you to create embeds. So hopefully that solves the build aspect of everyone's embeds from base. But we're going to stress test it obviously over the days, maybe share it with you guys, anyone who's building a mini app, to see if you can test this and if it works, right? But yeah, this is a tool that I think has been missing for myself. I always struggle with it just takes too long to build to create those embed things. So I will just fine tune this so that it does like app logos, right? So we'll see how we fine tune it to be able to just sort of do specific embeds, and that creates them like for an app store. Yeah, but you could do that in your prompt. but I think it's easier if we do that on the app's infrastructure, right? And make life easy for everyone. Okay. So hopefully by the end of this call, in the next maybe we'll give it another perhaps 10 minutes, we should be able to sort of like see this and see what it looks like. And then anything that we don't finish today, we can finish at the builder's office hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we? Okay, so it's on step 6 of 8. Okay, so you can always click there to have a look at your progress, right? So, okay. Yeah, so what do you guys think about how we're solving this issue of the embed? Are you guys there?
I think it's important.
Yeah,
I think it's important for us to solve our own problems. So this is something that you saw, that you started seeing a repeat, in your workflow, and you decided you're going to create something, even if it's not used publicly, but I think it will be used publicly, just because every single person that builds will have the same issue, right?
Yeah.
And it just makes sense to have a tool like this, to be able to leverage and just move on a lot faster than me sitting here and going, okay, so let me go create all this stuff by myself. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then another thing is, if I wanna update this app, right, without, especially like if I want to update the AI elements of this app, I could always come back here, update it here, save it to update it to my GitHub, save again to GitHub, and then go back to my actual mini app and tell it, hey, update, make any updates from the AI or from Gemini Studio, and click the link of that actual app on. Paste the GitHub link of that app. Then it will I'll actually update my base app. Then I deploy. So you could like keep updating it over here as well, right? And save it to GitHub, and then go and copy this, because it would have all the updated files. Go and copy this, the Git URL, and paste it over here. And then whatever AI elements you've updated for this app will then be updated in your base app. I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
So that's like
it does make sense.
I've seen. Yeah. Okay. So it's updated. So we want to create create.env. Okay. And then we want to also say git ignore .env local env.local, etc. Okay, so when you git ignore, you are making sure that it doesn't push any of your, because the AI is constantly reading your stuff, and sometimes it reads your stuff and it keeps it in the documentation and in its history. So sometimes you push to GitHub, and then it will push that stuff to your GitHub. And then, whoever has your secret API keys, your app is hacked. Okay. So always do this git ignore every time you create an env, or perhaps at the beginning of creating an app. Always, run this git ignore. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there we go. Okay. So it created a .env, and now we're adding our Gemini key over here because I already copied it, right? And then what is our next public URL? That's the URL for the app, right? Which is, let me go look for it. Where is that URL for the app?
Your result.
Yeah, the actual deployed URL is the next public URL. Am I correct? Is that the one, Lloyd? It's not local 300, right? Because you get the local, right? Sometimes when you're, or does that go into local env?
No, that's fine. because that's
Okay.
your next public URL.
Okay. So
For
all right. So I
local,
did the
and
GitHub,
then you
no?
can use for local, you can use the local host, but when you deploy it, if you want to use, you can use that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm gonna quickly do a run build because I imported that other app into this one. So let's build it. Then we run dev and see if it's working. But the npm run build will help show us whatever's broken, and then the AI will fix it, right? And then we'll run dev and see if it's actually, working. And yeah, then after that, we can always make other improvements. So maybe we could even add like a standard prompt, like a shortcut where we can say, what's the name of your app? What's your app all about? And then someone presses enter, and then it just automatically generates logos and images, right? To make it easy so people don't have to like type the whole prompt. So that could be an option where we try and shorten the journey to creating an embed. So instead of you typing the whole description, there could just be a field that says, what's the name of your app? What does your app do? What kind of colors do you want to go with for your logo? Any inspirations? And then you press enter, So we could try and really dumb it down and make it easier. But yeah, but let's work with what we have now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're running a build, and hopefully when it's done, it's going to push to GitHub, it's going to deploy. We'll be able to check this app out. And then, yeah, hopefully we have a mini app by the end of this, which fixes, allows you to make the embed files, the embed PNG images. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a way to have done this, right? Because we did this from scratch to show you guys how to build the app. But the quicker way, like I said, would have just been to start with AI Studio, build this. This app is already built. And you see I've copied it on, it's already on GitHub. Then I would have copied this and gone to my GitHub and imported it. So this would have been a quicker way, I think, for me personally, to build the mini app, right? So to build like all the more important components, which is the AI functionality and the UI, So for me, that would have been quicker, but it depends what you're trying to do, right? Yeah. Well, it depends what you like actually as well, what you're comfortable with, what you're used to. So I'm used to the shortcut now.
You're hacking your own system, bro.
Hey, man, AI teaches you to cut corners, right? Like even typing, I get tired of typing, right? So technically I should be talking to this thing. So I should be enabling the voice and
voice
talking to
command,
this
yeah.
thing and telling it, yeah, the voice command, hey, do this, do that, because typing is such a stress now. So we shouldn't even be typing. We should be talking to these things. And then when Elon Musk gives us the Neuralink, we just be thinking and it's building, right?
But Google, when you say that, I think there's an important element that people don't think about, and that is if you're going to talk to the AI, you need to talk the right lingo. And I think Lloyd mentioned it last week. The importance of that learning curve, learning to use the right lingo, learning to kind of get into the space that you want to be involved in. And I think for us as well as vibe coders, it goes with the jargon so that the AI actually understands what you're trying to say so that it's quicker. Otherwise, you're just going to be iterating on a consistent basis because you're not using the right wordings to be able to describe what you want from the AI.
Yeah. I think, I guess when you, like you're saying, the language you're going to use now when you talk to computers, you need a short form language, right? Probably you need to speak in JSON prompt, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's hard,
if
bro.
you see the structure of it, JSON prompt, the way that you wanna, let's say if you wanna generate images on Nano Banana, right? So
Yeah.
typing just a regular sentence does not always give you the best outcome. But then if you
Mhm.
go copy an image from, let's say, anywhere on a website, put it on ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, extract a JSON prompt that describes this image exactly, right? So it will create this structure where it's got a certain language that it uses to describe that image. So
Yeah.
maybe when we speak to computers, we have to speak JSON language. So we have to tell it, hey, JSON, and then it activates a JSON. Then you say, mini app base, uh, whatever, DeFi, so, and then it's entering those things because you already understand. So
Yeah.
our language, the way we talk will change when we start speaking to computers, because then they seem to understand JSON language better when it comes to, prompting. So your prompt speech will be JSON, and we might be speaking to each other in JSON. So I'll be talking to you, Shabs, and Lloyd, saying, hey.
Yeah.
I
You
think
understand?
there
So,
might just be a translation layer
mm,
that somebody will create to facilitate the agent to agent communication, because that is their language. So every time
mm,
you use JSON between languages, so for example, now we created the ability to create pictures or images and then download those images.
yeah,
Alternatively, we could have created images and then translated those images into a JSON file, which goes into the person's project, right?
mm,
It could have been the same, except agents understand that language a little bit different. So, yeah, but yeah, I think there's the translation layer coming, bro.
mm. But I think devs are gonna speak. They're gonna speak JSON to computers.
You think so?
Uh, it'll be easier, you know. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to. Okay, come on. Aibo, what is this now? Oh, it did not convert the app. Um, okay, so it failed to convert the app. Oh, shucks. Okay, wait. Let me tell it. Um, running. Oh no, so okay, okay, change the app. Okay, I think it's the mobile orientation, right? Change the app to mobile to vertical mobile screen orientation and make it dynamic. Okay, let's
Wait,
see.
Google, where were
Yeah.
you? What, which area were you trying to look at the app in? Where were you?
Local. So I just ran it in my local, but you can see it's like it's showing like
Yeah,
oversized things,
okay.
Um,
So I've
so
I've
that's
asked it to
um
change the
that's
orientation.
a CSS that's a CSS
The
error.
CSS issue. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right. I thought it was just an orientation issue. So how do we copy this error? Do we go to DevTools or?
Okay, so you can check your inspect, so you can click inspect in your, you can
Okay.
right click and yeah, developer tools, then try to search for any error.
Okay, so what do
in
we
the
have here?
console. So just look for your console. Yeah. And check. If there's no errors in the console, then just simply go back to the AI and tell it issues with my CSS, fix them.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Let me
yeah,
screenshot it so it also
yeah.
sees what it's done.
Because these are supposed to be icons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Where's the copy over there? Okay. Okay, so let me see. I've asked it to sort of like change the orientation. Let's let it finish, then I'll ask it to fix the issues. Okay.
Yeah, so that might still fix the CSS errors if it finds them.
Okay. Okay, so if it's converted it, let's have a look. Okay. Okay. I think this thing had an issue converting that other app from just directly from Vite to Next.js as well. Let me see. Okay, wait, let me see.
Yeah, so the errors, the CSS errors might be coming from the mixture of the Vite and the Next.js because yeah, they're clashing.
Mm. Okay, I'm running dev and we'll see what that looks like. Mm. It's a bit slow, but I think it'll get there. Okay, there we go. I see movement. Unsupported metadata. Okay, so there's an error there. Okay. I think that's the same error we saw. So that it hasn't fixed it. So there is an error somewhere. Let's copy this. Oh. Okay, let's try and fix this. Okay. Let's see. Now, I think this is why I also like to build from here and you build the front end first, then you are able to run it locally without much issues. But I'm remixing things at the same time. So I suppose we're using an unorthodox method of building an app because we're remixing this app and you're importing it into, which is probably a Vite app, you're importing it into like a Next.js framework without having it converted it first. So that could be part of what the problem is. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think a lot of it from here on is just fixing problems until we get it right. But we might not have to do all of that tonight. Let's see. Okay, why is it saying all this? Okay, I should ask it.
Did you give it a screenshot of your issue as well?
Oh, okay. I think let me do that.
Yeah, just give it that as well. So it has a clear reference just
Mm.
for it to know exactly what you're struggling with.
Okay. Let's see. How much time? I think we'll end the call just now in the next 30 minutes. And then what I'll do is I think now it's a question of just fixing this app that we imported here, right? So it's compatible. So I built this app in Google, which I think is built it in Vite, and then our template is a Next.js template, right? So I just need to work on, I think, those conflicts if there are any, which most likely are, right? Because the file structure for a Google app is kind of different, right? When you build it on AI Studio, it's not the same file structure. So the mini app is basically supposed to wrap the other app around it. So I'm not so sure if it's followed the right instructions, but it will be a bit of trial and error, playing around and fixing things until we get it right. Ultimately, what we're trying to have, guys, is this mini app here that allows you to create and embed all the embed images. So you just type in a prompt to say, create logos for my mini app, and these are my colors, this is the scenery, this is what the logo should look like. And then it will be a mini app then that just makes the embed tools. And then you just download those files and you copy them to your public folder and you deploy. Then your mini app it should be, have all the proper images in your manifest and your embeds. Yeah, so it's unfortunate that, let me see. Let me run dev again. Yeah, dev. Let's see. But while it's doing that, let's see if it updated anything. Yeah. Okay. I saw an error image, an error message. Okay, so there's this. Okay, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to fix all the errors during the session, but hopefully you guys got what we're trying to achieve here. We're building a mini app from scratch, right? And then on the other end, we're building a tool. So the whole mini app that we're building from scratch is a mini app to be able to fix your embed, which is all these, to help you make all these files in your public folder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So all
Yeah,
these files
I
in the
think
public folder need to
Google.
be designed, right? So, mhm.
I think you've done well in showing what the workflow is and what one needs to be
Process, yeah.
able to tackle while trying to create their application, regardless of what it is. I think what we can do in the next session is just finish off from a mini app perspective, like exactly what the
Yeah.
rest of the process is. And I think we can fix the bugs, a little bit later so that when we continue, we'll pick up from, a nice UI into, okay, this is your application. And let's actually just
Yeah.
deploy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's
I
giving me
think we
a
can
hard
finish
time, then
on
I'll just
the next
I'll
on the
just
next session.
create this as an existing app. I'll just copy this and you know, and then just quickly, because the whole idea is we want to create an app that people can use, right? But we're trying to do it while we're building an app from scratch, which is like the old school way of building apps. But I'll create this as via the Migrate tool. So for me, this is the easier part. So I just download it and then I come and use the Migrate an existing app option. So instead of creating as a new app from scratch, which we're trying to do, I find this Migrate is easier because then it takes a complete app, and then you convert it into Next.js. Then you add all the other stuff, like the base framework. So I'll probably do that in my spare time so that by the time we get to the next call, we have a tool for everyone to be able to use. The whole idea is for you guys to be able to have a tool to create your embeds and to create nice, beautiful embeds using Google's Gemini Studio, right? Okay, so I think that's
Yeah.
it for now. Yeah, things are always going to break, things are always going to fail, but vibe coding is about finding the quicker solution around things, right? So yeah, so I think hope this tutorial was of value to anybody who's watching. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Last words, gents. It's been a long call. Last
Yeah.
words, any comments, suggestions?
For
Lloyd,
me,
you want
I
to
would
go?
say, find yeah, I was saying, for me, test out the methods of showing you guys, get used to what you're comfortable with, and build those apps. So yeah.
Nice. Shabs,
Yeah.
last words?
From me, guys, I think workflows are important, and regardless of whether we were able to see the final product, it was important for us to be able to cover the workflow, step-by-step instructions on how to get something done. And hopefully next time that we jump on a call, we'll be able to show you the finished product, but at least you have an idea on how to go about things and how to quickly iterate and be able to put something together. So yeah, that's it from me.
Yeah. So from my side, guys, every time I struggle when I'm building an app like now and I'm struggling and I'm seeing that it's going to take too much time to be fixing, I ditch it and then I go and try it in another way, which is quicker. Because you can spend the next 30 minutes trying to fix a problem when you can go and do a fresh build and those 30 minutes will give you a finished app. So my next action will be go and take the one we built in AI Studio and then import it into VS Code as a fresh build, and I'll have a tool working for you guys, right? So that's my approach to vibe coding. Vibe coding is about shortcuts. It's about breaking all the rules and getting to the end game. It's about shipping, It's not about falling in love with the code or the process. It's about falling in love with the end product and getting people to use it and trying to make money. So vibe code is equals to money, right? So anything that does not make money with vibe coding or that is wasting your time in between, it's no longer vibe coding. That's vanilla coding. We don't need vanilla here. So yeah, so that's my take of things, guys. But it's just my perception, right? But otherwise, have fun with it. You should be having fun, actually.
You're hacking yourself
Yeah.
every week, bro. Every week you're busy
We don't
hacking
stop.
yourself.
All right, that's it for tonight. Have a beautiful evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us as well. As always, Shabs, thank you very much. Lloyd as well. Thank you very much as always, guys. It's always fun being on these live streams. So we'll catch you on Thursday, 1 p.m. for the Builders Office Hours. And by then we'll have this tool and we'll share it in the WhatsApp groups. We'll post it in the Base Southern Africa account. We'll share it in the Telegram, right? So look out for the final app. All right, guys. Have a good evening. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
DM, guys.
Bye.